And there's another potentially deadly virus infecting horses. It's called Kunjin, a mosquito-borne virus with terrible symptoms. This year alone, 6 Queensland horses have died from the illness, and recently 7 animals in South Australia were euthanised. Simon Royal has this report.
They're walking around, all of a sudden they fall down. Their face just gets all these little fasciculations and they're lifting their lips, and a lot of them don't want to put their head down.
He was pretty much lifeless. Kunjin virus, mosquitoes, yeah, it was just one mosquito bite that sent him down for 15 days.
It's pathetic, really. It's very, very sad. And for the owners, it must be heartbreaking to see their animals in that sort of state.
For the past 6 months, equine vet specialist Liz Herbert has been at the centre of a mysterious disease affecting horses. Sick animals were being detected in Victoria, New South Wales and in Queensland. Then the first turned up in South Australia in February at her clinic on Adelaide's outskirts.
Yeah, we know it hurts. Oh my God, this is weird. I mean, really weird. And I've been a vet for 30 years, so, you know, weird is weird.
When I first saw it, I thought, I haven't seen anything like this before. They had neurological signs, and yeah, we needed to follow up and find out what was going on.
What was going on turned out to be Kunjin virus. It's a member of the same virus family as Murray Valley encephalitis and West Nile, and like them, it's spread by mosquitoes. One of the first horses seen was Kerry Rose's former racer, Money Asset.
Oh, beautiful boy, how are you? Whoa, no, you just stand right there.
Money's story is much like that of the virus itself. Good news, bad news. Most infected horses do not get sick, but when they do, it can be a death sentence as the virus attacks their brain and nervous system.
Weakness, muscle tremors, some of them have facial paralysis, they might have drooping lips or difficulty eating.
The horse was so sick it couldn't stand for 2 weeks, so the Roses made a sling. They moved the prostrate animal, but still the pressure sores came. They stayed with the horse constantly.
It was at the point where we had to make the decision to either euthanize him, or Elizabeth had to come up with a miracle cure, and that she did.
I gave him this drug, and my guess is he was going to get up anyway, but like the next day he got up, and like, you know, I'm considered the hero. Trust me, I think it was just time. He was just ready to get up.
It cost a lot of loot to make Money Asset well again, and when it was over, they threw a party. For other horses, though, experts warn parties may be premature. Kunjin won't cause the mass disruption of quarantining that equine influenza caused because it is not spread from horse to horse. And Liz Herbert says it's not as serious as Hendra because it doesn't spread from horses to humans. But she does fear an even bigger outbreak of Kunjin when the mozzie season starts again. Primary Industries has been using the lull to see how far the virus has spread. 1,000 samples of horse blood have been collected across South Australia in 3 months.
The information that we're looking for from the survey is to see how many horses have been infected. Those horses are likely to have immunity or antibodies, which will protect them next season, but we also need to see what percentage of horses have not been infected, which may be infected with the virus next year.
My fear is that we will have more, that apparently the virus can replicate inside the mosquito. It doesn't even need another host. It's here, the mosquitoes are still here, and then we should have more virus and more clinical signs and more sick horses and probably more dead horses.
But that's not the end of Kunjin's surprises. On the weekend, a Kunjin conference organised for vets was told by Darwin veterinary virologist Lorna Melville that Kunjin is not new to Australia.
We have had Kunjin forever, basically, and it's very common. If we take a random sample of the horse population in the Northern Territory, we'll probably find 90% of the horses up there have antibodies.
What is new is that scientists have isolated a small, crucial mutation in the virus found here.
Well, it basically means this virus behaves differently when it infects an animal. So the virus in the Northern Territory, when it infects an animal, doesn't make them sick, will not to any great degree, but when the virus infects horses down here with the local strain, it has resulted in a lot of horses with severe neurological signs and in a number of cases having to be euthanised.
And that last bizarre twist may in fact turn out to be Kunjin's Achilles heel. The vets say the mutated version is strikingly similar to West Nile virus, for which there is an effective vaccine in the United States. It's hoped the same vaccine will also work against Kunjin, and the race is now on for Commonwealth authorities to make sure it's safe to use in Australia before the mozzies return.
My biggest hope is that we have the vaccine available and that we are able to immunize the horses and keep the disease away. This is not a fun disease to treat.
Simon Royal with that report.